How would you approach ongoing link building for a large network of local mass page sites with hundreds of pages each? That's a good question. Probably hit like hub pages or top of silo pages, depending on how you structured your build. I don't know. There's a number of ways to do mass page stuff. I always tried to do silo structure to a degree with mass page stuff. I don't do a lot of mass page stuff, but like, for example, I would separate, like create a silo around a county, and then all of the city pages would be in that county page, like that county silo, if that makes sense. So it would be a category named after the county. And let's say that the county had 13 towns and cities within the county. Then all of the mass page sites would be location pages. There'd be 13 of them, but they would all be nested within the county category. So the category page would be a primary page to hit with link building, because it would pass through, as long as on the category page, you had like, a list of, you could just insert a table. If it's WordPress, just for example, you could use something like WordPress easy tables or whatever, and create a table that has like the 13 locations, right? And just insert that, or you can do it manually, just bullet points or whatever, but you could have all that are linking out to those, like linking to those pages, right? So it's like basically like in this example, the county page would show like, here's all the cities within this county, and it would link to each one of those location pages. So that county page would be a page that you could hit with links, because then it would power up all those pages without you have to build links to 13 individual pages. You could build the links to the category page, and it's going to flow through to those, if that makes sense. So if you build kind of a silo structure into your mass page builds, you can do it that way. Other than that, the only other thing you could do is do external pages where you consolidate those. Like, in other words, if you don't have a silo structure built into the mass page, and I know a lot of people don't. So if you don't, then that's where you could do an external asset, such as a Google site, for example, that you could create kind of like a silo structure is an external silo structure, but similar to what I just mentioned. You could create a county page on a G site that then would have links out to, or even embeds, but that would be really slow to load. It'd be better to do links, but links out to the 13 individual city pages within that particular county, and then use the G site as your primary link building asset, right? And it would flow through that to those links, if that makes sense. That's just an example. If you can't do it on site easily, like because your structure isn't such so that that it would work, then you could do it off page, using a branded asset is what I mean. An ID page is another way to do that, right? An ID page, very, very powerful. I just did training on Monday. By the way, we should link to that too. The Local Fury webinar that I did on Monday. And that was a pure training webinar, guys. But anyway, go to youtube.com/@localfury. Now that there's handles in YouTube. And I did a 2.5-hour webinar on Monday about what's called local entity audits. And again, if you guys are doing any sort of local, go check that webinar out. There's a lot of value in that webinar. It's not a sales webinar. It was a training webinar. So go check it out. It's free.